Good evening. We present the news summary. The Civil Aviation Authority, SCA, is said to be separated into two entities. The separation was approved by the Cabinet last week, but will, however, come into force once the necessary laws are ascended. Transport Minister Anthony Dejac said the separation will increase efficiency within the local aviation.
You have a scheme to change SCA, to modernize it, to upgrade it, to make it more efficient and more professional. This will not lead to any reduction in jobs. This will lead to job creation and wealth creation, and will enhance the experience of tourism and tourists and visitors using the airlines and the airport.
The Public Utilities Corporation has intensified water restrictions for the whole of May since yesterday. There are water restrictions for 6 hours twice daily. That's between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and between 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. The General Manager of the Water Division at PUC, Ibrahima Diallo, said PUC is taking the measures as the dry weather persists and weather levels in dams and catchment areas have depleted considerably. On Pral and La Digue, the situation is stable, so there is no need for water restrictions at the moment.
The benefits is that when we restrict water, our barrages can build up, and also we'll have time to have enough water in our reservoir for us to be able to supply to the public during the supply hours. Of course, it will affect the people's lifestyle, but now we are in a dire situation, and PUC is doing its best to ensure that we supply water to people. So the public must be understanding that we're doing our best to maintain the supply.
The Hungarian Foreign Minister has unveiled a package of support to help Seychelles tackle cybercrime, improve healthcare, and build drug prevention skills. Peter Siriato was on a one-day visit and comes months after his opposite number here, Sylvester Radegon, went to Budapest in a bid to boost relations between the two countries.
Good morning, my friend.
Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Siriato touched down with his entourage to spend just a day here to meet the friend he'd welcomed to Budapest back in July.
Thanks for having me.
No,
Thanks for having me.
Starting at Botanical House, the two held bilateral talks,
Good morning.
entertaining each other ahead of the serious discussions behind closed doors. A short walk then to the Foreign Affairs Ministry and an official signing of two memoranda, with the Hungarians agreeing to fund a cyber security centre staffed by Seychelles.
The Hungarian Exim Bank has opened a credit line of $17 million in order to support the efforts of the Hungarian companies to establish investments here in the Seychelles, among them this cyber security center.
Straddling the Danube River.
In Budapest, Seychelles medics will get the chance to study in the Hungarian capital's renowned medical schools, and doctors, psychologists and other clinicians working with drug addicts will receive skills training to help prevention strategies. But Mr. Radegon was dismayed that only 2 of the 10 Hungarian scholarships currently offered had been taken up.
We need to make use of each one of them. This business of choosing where you go, you don't like this one, you have to go to the other country, to that one. You take the opportunity. Seychelles cannot afford to pay for every student that we send abroad.
With their ink drying too on a deal to boost tourism between the two nations, the delegation was then whisked to State House to call on President Wavell Ramkalawan.
Thank you so much for receiving me.
A busy day's work, but smiles all round.
The Commission of Inquiry into the Seahorse fatal incident off the coast of Kuwait in August 2018 presented its report to President Ramkalawan this morning. 4 of the 5 crew members on board lost their lives in the fire that engulfed the cargo ship operated by the Island Development Company, IDC. The members of the Commission of Inquiry into the incident have expertise in judiciary or issues to do with maritime. Its chairman, Justice Bernardin Renaud, said the Commission has also made some recommendations on how to ensure safety at work generally, be it at sea or on land. He has dismissed any foul play and negligence in the tragic incident.
Has it been established if it was an accident or there's foul play?
We investigate there was no foul play. It was a phenomenon that happened, and the only thing we can do is use this experience. This is what we insist and emphasize. Use this experience for it not to happen again. In fact, this is the objective of the inquiry, to look what has happened, to make sure that we avoid it happening again in the future.
Was there any negligence?
No, we did not find any negligence on the part of anybody. All those on board, they tried their best. It was dark in the night, it was late at night. They crossed from here to there in very rough seas, and the crew and the captain, we found all these, even the young captain, we commend all these people, the way they did their job. But far is far, it happened. And also, we offered the president to meet with government departments, if need be, to discuss further on the report, and also if even to meet with the relatives of the people who lost their lives, unfortunately, in this incident. Because we as a commission, we know how hard it has been and still is for the survivor, for the relatives of those who lost their lives on the boat.
The governor of the central bank, Carolina Bell, says that she is satisfied with the measures taken so far by commercial banks to reduce interest rates on loans. Mrs. Bell highlighted during a press conference held today that since the central bank reviewed its monetary policies, they expected that the commercial banks transfers the benefits to their customers.
Banks came forward individually to talk on their individual actions, and we have seen some important reductions in interest rates, particularly to do with mortgages, and businesses. For mortgages, it's now in single digits, and in some cases for business loans are also in single digits. And central bank is satisfied at the actions that the banks and other institutions under our portfolio has done, and we have received commitments that we will see further reductions in the couple of months ahead, including early 2022.
And this was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.